weather.
From Storm Team 12, we're kicking off your Friday on the cool and quiet side, but get ready for another warm afternoon, a high of 83 with those sunny skies. Winds light from the south at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. We'll see another cool and quiet night tonight. Temperatures falling back into the upper 50s before enjoying some more warmer weather heading into your weekend. Mostly sunny, a high of 85 for your Saturday as well as for your Sunday. Overall dry and warm forecast heading into next week. That's your forecast from Storm Team 12. I'm meteorologist Halen Woolhype.
Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, an Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Albrock. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily coming up next exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. Listen, I don't have an MLB MVP vote, but I don't need one to know that Cal Raleigh is your AL MVP over Aaron Judge. And no, I'm not just saying it because I'm sick of Judge or it's somebody else's turn to win or because Judge couldn't catch a ball that hit him right in the glove in the World Series. I'm saying it because the big dumper is just more deserving. Judge has had a great season, undoubtedly, but Judge is just doing Judge things. Raleigh is doing historic things. Judge hitting 50-plus bombs as an outfielder in no way compares to a guy hitting 60 while also having to call and run every single game from behind the dish for a divisional winner, no less. And not just a divisional winner, but for a perennial loser like Seattle. So this is a no-brainer. Cal Raleigh is your AL MVP. And if you don't think so, to quote the legendary Peter McNeely, you got a big dump in your pants.
You have a big dump in your pants.
I'm Jim Rome. Remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome. Football season is back on Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So don't miss any of the action this season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use my code ROME and get $50 in bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROME on Prize Picks to get $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
We've got trade wars, rising costs, global chaos, and a skyrocketing national debt. It's no wonder gold keeps hitting record highs. With everything going on in the world, thousands of hardworking Americans are looking to help diversify their savings with precious metals like gold and silver. And they're turning to the top-rated gold company, Goldco. Right now, Goldco is offering you a free 2025 gold and silver kit. Plus, you could get an unlimited instant match and bonus silver if you qualify. Find out how you can diversify your savings, tax and penalty-free today. Call 855-969-GOLD. That's 855-969-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily here on KFH. Glad to be with you here on this Friday edition, TGIF. Who's ready for a weekend? A good football weekend, a full slate of college football, a full slate of the NFL. No more bye weeks to deal with in college football. We've got the full gauntlet, and we're ready for it. We'll preview it here today. We've got picks coming up today. We've got a great Thursday night football game to get you through. Chiefs practice news to get you through. It's all what's on tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, featuring Yumpkin Pumpkin Ale, WBC's most popular seasonal beer that's made with actual pumpkin and served with a spiced rim. Yumpkin Pumpkin, now available at Wichita Brewing Company. Pizza and beer made here. TJ, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Just got downstairs, fired up the 85-inch TV, and I've got the Ryder Cup rolling. And I've got questions. I don't know what's really going on here. Help me out.
I'm not going to be your. This is where we'll miss Tommy. I was always like, "Hey, Tommy, what am I looking at here?" When it came to golf things, like, what am I watching?
This is a match play pairing type of thing. I'm not sure if it's the like a 2-ball or 4-ball or what's going on yet. But I just woke up, so give me some
9-ball
relief here.
It doesn't matter. You root for the American
guys wearing red and blue.
Yeah. I mean, that's where you start, and then well, maybe when Tommy pops in for picks later today, we'll get his read on what's happening with the Ryder Cup. All I know is I want Team USA to win. don't really care about the rules. This is the time to be obnoxious. This is the time to, just even if you don't know what's going on, you know how to boo the Europeans and root for the Americans, right? It's kind of like the Olympics. I don't know the rules of this sport, but I know I'm going for Team USA.
God, I miss the Olympics. The Olympics is so cool. 2028 in LA, it's gonna be awesome. But
Got the World
Yeah.
Cup coming.
got a bunch.
We won't see Team USA in Kansas City, but we'll see a bunch of. I keep telling people, like, what I want to do for the World Cup is just go up and whichever teams are there, just like latch on to a country
Yeah.
and party with those people, like whoever it is. I don't know, the Netherlands, Paraguay. Like, it doesn't really matter who it is, just somebody that's up there and their team's up there, because Team USA will probably be in like LA, but like who's up there, and let's just learn how you party in your country, and let's do it. And you just become a fan of whatever that's what I want to do for the World Cup. I think that would be a blast.
Yeah, you think that the people of Paraguay are going to come up and enjoy some hot country nights at Power and Light?
I don't know. Yeah, probably, because people everywhere are just like people everywhere. And whether you're from, give me another probable World Cup team, whether you're from Spain or Argentina, you want to do the same thing. You want to go have a good time and enjoy the nightlife wherever you are. So whatever it is, whatever tickles your fancy, you just go do it. That'll be a cool scene. But yeah, the Ryder Cup in the same light, like, just go Team USA. Doesn't really matter. I don't fully understand it either, like the rules and how it works in the match play and the team and who gets what points, but don't really care. It's just like, whatever, it doesn't matter. I want the American to beat the European that he's playing on that particular hole, and you just kind of go from there. We'll ask Tommy. Tommy will know. He knows these things. He's our golf guy.
We'll get this settled out. But football last night, I knew what was going on there.
That was a good one. I stayed up with it. It was looking like it would be a really bad Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football game, and it ended up being a really entertaining Thursday Night Football game. I think there are a couple of teams there. Seattle beats Arizona 23-20. Who is Seattle in control most of the game. But as we see in the NFL, they just always find a way to get close. For our bets, we were put on Seattle. Seattle covers, wins, however you took it. So that was nice. They stayed under, which I know is popular. I was a couple of Jackson Smith and Jigba yards away from hitting 2 or 3 different bets. He had a couple long catches there late. I thought it was toast, and then he had those, and Arizona's getting it closer. And I'm like, can we get overtime here? If we can get overtime, these are going to hit. And they didn't, and that was a bummer. But, pretty good night. I think a lot of people probably made some money last night.
Yeah, it was a good finish. I didn't catch most of the first half, but I caught the good part of it, that's for sure. We turned it on and started watching that Cardinals comeback a little bit, and I thought they were going to be able to get it done and just nail the game winner right in their face on the road, everything like that. I think the Seahawks are a pretty solid football team. I think that Sam Darnold is, Minnesota Sam Darnold. He's been playing pretty great, and it helps that Smith and Jigba has been playing awesome as well.
Well, they're an interesting. We'll get more into this because I do want to talk about these two teams. I think they are two very interesting teams. Two teams before the year that, maybe you had a read on them, but maybe you didn't. And like, are either of them contenders? That's what I'm trying to do this time of year. Like, I'm happy to be entertained by a divisional game that goes down to the wire, featuring two, let's call it, not bad teams, right? But are they good, and how good are they? And we'll save that for our next segment. But I think these two fit that profile pretty well. Seattle is playing particularly well right now, and they get the win last night, but they almost blew it. Arizona, what do you do with what are we doing with Kyler Murray at this point, right? Like, what is Kyler Murray? I think that's also an interesting discussion to have. So we'll get into that a little bit as we make our way through this first hour. The Royals get a win last night. The Royals take care of business, 9-4. Some late runs there, a little pop from the star players. So they take the series from the Angels, which is great news. Now they are a game above 500, and we'll see if they can finish that off in Oakland, who is playing, not bad at all. and finish the year at 82-80 is got to be the goal now. 82-80. Are you good with 82-80? Are we comfortable there? Is that I think I am. I beat the Vegas prediction that to begin the year.
Did it? I thought it was 83.
I don't think so. I think it was under 80, I believe. Either way, it's close. But again, we've had the conversation several times this week, and we'll have it more when the dust does finally settle. How do we evaluate this year? Because I think in terms of the amount of success they had, it would be disappointing for them not to make the playoffs for a second straight year. There's no sugarcoating that, but the circumstances to get there, are they valid enough with the injuries to say, okay, I would say probably not, because it wasn't necessarily the injuries that held them back from where they wanted to be. It was the lack of offense. Yep. So in that sense, yeah, I do think it's okay to be disappointed by the season, but excited about the Royals.
Yeah, I go back and forth. I made a graphic the other day just showing their last 5 seasons, like the final 2 years of Matheny and the first 3 of Quatraro. And I mean, like that end of Matheny years, like they're the worst team in baseball. Like they were terrible. Like it's nuts to compare these side by side because they hadn't had a winning season since they won the World Series, basically. And so to rattle off 2 in a row is obviously something to hang your hat on a little bit. But at the end of the day, like I go back and forth because they should have been in the playoffs. Like they sputtered so hard down this stretch, and I don't know. I can't make my mind up yet. I'll tell you next week.
Yeah, I'll tell you next week. Maybe we'll discuss a little bit. But I agree, they should have been in the playoffs, and that maybe makes it disappointing. But it doesn't mean you're not excited about the Royals right now, right? Hey, it's a Friday fit, everybody. I've got the Buffalo Roam from 35 by 70 Golf Co. on. If you want to check out their merchandise, go to 35by70golfco.com. And TJ's got the hat there, their little Buffalo icon. You can use the promo code Jacob, get 10% off. Check it out, 35 by 70 Golf Co. We're styling. We're models, male models here on Sports Daily. We'll be right back.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather. And it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issue a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
On KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Thanks to Prairie Fire Coffee for keeping us fueled up each and every morning here on KFH. Always good to get a little caffeine in the mix and keep things going. Another way you can get some caffeine is with a free iced tea on us right now. You can text the keyword tea, TEA, to the short code 20357. That'll get you a free cup of iced tea to HTO at any of the 3 Wichita area locations, East Wichita, West Wichita, or Derby. Again, that's T to 20357. Good luck, everybody. More than 25 flavors to choose from. You can go inside and try them all for free. So I'm looking at the Ryder Cup, TJ. It's always good when you're like, what country are you from? USA. We're so awesome as Americans, TJ. We don't just take on one country. We take on a continent, right? Like, what country are you from? Europe. No. Like, we do this thing the right way. We're like, you know what? Nope. We're going to take you all on. Like, everybody. It's us versus the world. So one country's not good enough for the opposition here. We take on the entire continent. And good for us for doing it.
Good for us.
I see right now there are 4 foursomes out there. in its match play. We're up in one. The DeChambeau Justin Thomas group is up 1 through 5 holes. Scheffler and Henley are down 1 through 4 holes. Morikawa and English are down 1 through 3 holes. And Schauffele and Cantlay are tied through 1 hole. So that's where things are right now. We've got so as far as skins, I guess we're down, but it's all just starting. And we'll see what the Americans are able to whip up and get done here. No pressure, just the entire country rallying behind you at a time where we need to tell Europe to stick it. All right, let's go. Didn't we just have the whole UN thing in New York too? New York's got this. They've got the whole UN General Assembly. It's an international flair up there.
It is just a real hotbed in the Ryder Cup right now. Who's who watching Scotty Scheffler stick that wedge shot to about 2 feet if you just saw that one. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go back to football last night. We've got more to talk about the Seahawks
we do
Cardinals.
More about football than we do golf. We like golf. We like to try to play golf.
It's true.
But the ins and outs, not so much. We wouldn't.
We're big good golf shot guys. That's who we are.
Good golf shot. Great shot. Europe would not want to play us in football.
True.
That's a fact. That game last night ended up being fun. It was kind of boring, which is probably right up Seattle's alley. I think if you ask them how they would like to play football this year, they would tell you boring. But they win 23-20 despite a big comeback late by Arizona. They scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. There are 2 things happening for me in this. Is Seattle's defense for real? And I think it might be. The problem is I'm not sure Arizona's offense is very good. So which one do we take away from last night? We've had 4 games now. Seattle has looked good defensively in all 4 games. We've had Arizona, who has looked, I don't want to call it bad offensively, but not good. I mean, they beat the Saints and the Panthers. Congratulations. And to PJ Glasser's point yesterday and why he was on the Seahawks, they haven't beaten anybody good. Now, they haven't played a lot of games, but they lost to the Niners with a backup quarterback. And then, had they not had that fourth quarter comeback, and I'm on Arizona this year, by the way. I picked them as a team to win enough games to maybe sneak into the postseason and do some of those things. It's not there offensively. And I can't figure out why, because they have the pieces you'd think to have a pretty good offense, but it has not looked good. And it did for 2 drives late in the game last night, and otherwise it did not.
Yeah, that's kind of the question that I was asking yesterday when we were at work is everybody's kind of got an opinion on Kyler Murray. Is Kyler Murray a top half quarterback in the NFL as far as his career has gone? Is he?
Top half?
Yeah. Let's pull up
Well, I'm going to have to pull up a list of quarterbacks if we're going to literally define that answer. So I'm going to need
He's had 4 seasons throwing over 3,500 yards, but he's been hurt the other 2. Every year that he's been healthy, he's thrown over 3,500 yards.
All right, let's get a list here, and you tell me whether you think Kyler Murray is better than what? Some of these are obvious. Humorous for the exercise. Josh Allen.
Nope.
Justin Herbert.
Nope.
Lamar Jackson.
Nope.
Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
Baker Mayfield.
Nope.
Jalen Hurts.
Nope.
Dak Prescott.
There could be an argument.
I don't know what argument you're making there. Matt Stafford.
Probably not.
Jared Goff.
Nope.
Jordan Love.
Nope.
Daniel Jones right now.
I'm not counting Daniel Jones.
Well, I mean, look.
I'm saying right throughout, like,
let's keep it simple. Let's just keep it simple. Right now, you've got a choice for your quarterback for the rest of this season. You taking Daniel Jones or Kyler Murray?
Oh. History tells me I should take Kyler Murray, I feel like.
Okay, that's fine. Sam Darnold.
Probably Sam Darnold.
I agree.
Better.
Drake May.
Has he proved anything? I think he's done just as much as Kyler has.
Who are you taking? If I had to, you can only have one of them for the rest of this year.
I'll take Kyler.
Okay. I would take Drake May there. Caleb Williams.
I don't know. I'd take Kyler, I guess.
CJ Stroud.
Probably Kyler this year.
Okay. And I think that covers us.
Okay,
Obviously,
so
Joe Burrow's. Obviously, Joe Burrow's better, but Joe Burrow's not playing right now. Obviously, Brock Purdy's better, but Brock Purdy's not playing right now. So I think if you look at the quarterbacks that should be starting in the regular starters, I'm not sure I'd have him in the top half.
I think he is like the true median of NFL quarterbers. Like
he's the median,
right in the middle.
I would agree with that. He has had good moments in the NFL. I just think that we're still a little attached to where he was drafted. He did not look good last night. You mentioned Dak, and I think Dak is a good one because for me, Dak is above average for sure. He just is very unclutch, and he's played longer than Kyler Murray, but Dak Prescott and Kyler Murray, they complete about the same number of passes. But Dak's quarterback rating is about 5 points higher, more touchdowns to fewer interceptions. I think for me, Dak is quite a bit better than Kyler Murray.
Okay.
I don't know what Kyler Murray needs to do. And historically, Kyler Murray hasn't had a ton, but right now he's on an offense with Trey McBride, with Marvin Harrison Jr., with a couple of other interesting receivers, a decent offensive line. Like, if it's not going to happen for Kyler Murray right now, when is it going to happen? And I know Marvin Harrison Jr. was more at fault on a couple of those last night, for sure, than Kyler Murray was. I'm not trying to say that. I just watch him and he doesn't scare me anymore. Like, he doesn't run enough to be scary in that regard. When he does, he's pretty good at it, but he doesn't do it enough. I don't know. He's not. I'm not fearing playing Kyler Murray anymore. I think we are still too attached to the fact that he was the number 1 overall pick, because I think if we just put him up side by side, he is no better than the middle of the pack at quarterback in this league.
He does feel like there's a ceiling to be had with Kyler Murray because as you said, we've seen this Cardinals team be the worst team in the NFL with Kyler Murray quarterbacking them, and they've built us on this so much. And Trey McBride helps a ton with that. Marvin Harrison helps a ton with that, and they've built up this offense. And if, like you said, if this isn't going to be it now, I don't know what more they need to do. They may have reached a ceiling that is going to be second or third place in this division, but it might be last because that division's tough.
And I'm looking at his best. What is his best year as a pro? It was 2021. He was a Pro Bowler, or 2020. He had those back-to-back years. He was just under, 4,000 yards, but his, 26 and 24 touchdown passes. He does add the running element a little bit to his game, but it was, in 2020, he had 800 yards. That's when everybody, and 11 touchdowns. So that's the year where it was his second year in the league. You're like, holy smokes, this dude's incredible. I'm not saying the Cardinals shouldn't give him a contract. I'm not saying any of that. They should have, because, at that point in his career, it was this dude's got something here. Mm-hmm. And it's, how much of that has to do with him being with the quarterback whisperer, Cliff Kingsbury. I don't know, but it hasn't been yet those 2 years. And it really hasn't been anything close to that since then. And so, if you could give me those years as your ceiling, and he wasn't bad last year. He was okay last year, but he wasn't great, right? He wasn't elite with 21 touchdown passes to 11 interceptions. He's just good enough to be a starter in the league right now. I think that's okay. That's fine.
Have they?
But I don't know.
Have the Cardinals, has he made the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. I think they had a 9-5 year in 2021. Okay. The COVID year, that was his record. He only started 14 games. I don't know if they made it that year. I can't recall.
That might be the only one. I don't remember him really ever playing.
After he had those 2 good years, he was hurt a lot, and then last year he was fully healthy again. But he hasn't looked amazing this year. You watched that game last night, and he had those final 2 drives, and a lot of that was Marvin Harrison Jr. was not making plays for him, but he just doesn't look as dangerous as he used to. Like, he used to be a quarterback that you feared, right? When he was early in his career, you were like, oh man, he's gonna make some plays and he's gonna kill us. I don't know if it's age. I don't know where that is, because it should be there still. And then on the other side last night, you have a guy like Sam Darnold, who had his renaissance season last year. And all he's doing now is looking exactly like he looked in Minnesota last year until the playoffs, when it kind of fell apart on him. I mean, he looks the exact same. He looks like the same guy. Efficient, capable of big plays. They've got a good run game. Seattle may have come up with a steal with Sam Darnold and getting him in there. And I know they lost Geno, and Geno did some good things. But, man, if they're going to play that kind of defense, I don't know that you can cherry pick a more perfect quarterback for them.
Yeah, that's the thing. That kind of plays right into the Kyler argument. You know, obviously Sam Darnold had a crazy year last year, but you see what he did in Minnesota: 4,300 yards and 35 touchdowns, compared to Kyler's first year back healthy, having under 4,000 and what do we say, 21 touchdowns. So yeah, I mean, if he could play like that, I think the Seahawks team, we talked about in Jigba how much they funnel the ball to him, and like the Seahawks have felt like
they last night. That, by the way, Arizona took him away until literally the fourth quarter, when he made a couple of big catches. But Arizona took him away. Arizona was like, we're not going to let that guy beat us. And Seattle still found ways to score. And I think Ken Walker is really good. And I don't know what their obsession with Zach Charbonnet is. I really don't. But I think Walker is really, really good. I think Njigba is a star. And they have clearly enough stuff. Like, we made fun of Seattle for bringing in Sam Darnold and Cooper Kupp. And Cooper Kupp hasn't done much. Cooper Kupp's old. I get it. But if you're Seattle, you're real glad he's there, right? It's 3rd and 4. Like, I'm real glad Cooper Kupp's on my team. We made fun of him for those moves. We're like, oh, good. Seattle, we're just wasting money. Like, they're not going to do anything with those guys. And I'm not so sure. The way that defense plays, they're as good in the secondary as any team in football. I think they got a shot to make some noise. They certainly have a shot to win that division. The Rams are the team, I think, that is the best team in that division, but the Seahawks aren't that far behind. I remember our old pal Ariel Arsuto, when I was on the Infinity Sports Network, the last 2 years. I've had her on before the start of the season, and she laughed at me this year because I asked her the same questions I did last year. I was like, what are the Seahawks? Like, what are they? Like, they're the least talked about team in football the last couple of years. We don't know what they are. What are they going to be? And we went through it, and it's like, well, if Sam Darnold's anywhere close to what he was last year, they're going to be really good. And he looks like that quarterback. He looks like the regular season Sam Darnold. And in fact, he has less to work with than he did in Minnesota to get there, and it looks solid. And it'll complement their defense really well.
I think the question that will arise if he is what he was in Minnesota last year is, what choice did the Vikings make and was it the right choice?
For sure. JJ McCarthy is hurt right now. I just put that in air quotes because that's a conspiracy theory. Because he looked so bad, but he's hurt. Like, yeah, he's showed us one good quarter and 7 real bad ones. So, and that's not fair to McCarthy, but that's what Vikings fans by week 12 are going to be thinking hard about.
Oh yeah. They're probably thinking it right really now.
Good, they'll be like, we had Darnold, but I bet you if there was if you put a lie detector on him, 90% of Vikings fans would have said they did the right thing. People just don't trust it with Sam Darnold. I get it. He's the only quarterback ever, I believe they put it up last night, the only quarterback ever to start for 5 teams before he's 30 years old. And I get it, right? Like, he had the ghost thing, like where he was seeing ghosts, and he had moments where he looked good in Carolina. And then obviously last year, it just sort of clicked for him. He gets with a really good coach. And I don't know what Kevin McConnell had to do with that development, or if it just finally clicked for Darnold. I loved Darnold coming out of college. Darnold coming out of college. So I don't think any of this is crazy. I think it's real, and I think he's going to be a solid quarterback for them the rest of the way. And I'm happy for him because he earned that landing spot and that opportunity after what he did last year tenfold. And he got it. And Seattle deserves credit because we all kind of were like, okay, Seattle. And they did, and look, they look good. They look good. I will say about Arizona, I'm not worried about Arizona. I'm just worried a little bit about their ceiling.
there's just no way that Arizona is going to be good enough to win that division or get enough wins in that division to sneak into the play. Like, that division is nuts.
I think there's a way it will be, because San Francisco just keeps dropping like flies.
They're still undefeated. I can't believe that.
The Rams are really good. Seattle's really good. I think Arizona can be, but it's going to take like in-season light bulb moment from Marvin Harrison Jr. for sure, because that dude is his talent jumps off the screen at you. It's just not clicking completely, and it was on full display last night. It'll take Kyler being the better version of Kyler, and losing James Conner is the worst thing that could have happened to them. Like, that dude was the soul of that team. So can they still be an effective running team? That's the part that I'm not sure. That James Conner injury is going to be tough to overcome. They couldn't run it very effectively last night. If they can't run the ball, then probably not. But if they can, I do think their defense is decent. So
before we run out of time,
the best. What's that?
What'd you think of the jerseys?
We'll come back to that.
Awesome.
We're going to come back to that. Well, let's come back to that. You and I have the color scheme of those jerseys right now, I believe. We'll come back to that. Sports Daily, keep it rolling here on a Friday. Stick around.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily here on KFH. Glad to be with you. Checking in on the Ryder Cup, and we've got a couple groups up 1, and Scheffler and Morikawa's groups kind of getting their butts kicked here. Scheffler's group looks like down 3 through 5, and Morikawa's group down 2 through 4. So some work to do there. But the Schauffele group and the DeChambeau group are both up 1. So we're not 100% sure what all of it means collectively, but we are sure that Team USA needs to kick Team Europe's tail. So that's all out there right now in the Ryder Cup. We'll keep you apprised. We'll ask Tommy later what it all means. All right, TJ, we've got high school football coverage. Coach Catch Kansas Friday. We're going to preview the weekend here coming up and tell you what the Catch Kansas crew has in store today. What are we in, week 4 now of the high school football season? Is that right?
That is
week
correct.
4? So we're looking forward to that high school football coverage on Sports Daily, brought to you by Zentex Remodeling Group. Remodel your bathroom in as little as 1 day with Zentex Remodeling Group, ZINTEX.com. We've got that for you. We're going to make the picks across college and the NFL, which also gives us a chance to preview some of these best games of the weekend, give you our thoughts on that. Tommy and Paul will join us. I have Brandon's picks. He won't be in this week. He's starting his new adventure in life. So I'm guessing his new bosses won't let him come have fun with us in this first week, but we'll get Brandon on the air next week. Brandon's going to jump in, TJ, both coming in now that Tommy's leaving. We're excited about that. Excited for the opportunity for you two guys to come on here and be knuckleheads every morning. You'll see what it's all about, what all the fun's about here on Sports Daily. TJ, you can't count on much. You can always count on Sundays with the NFL and CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game all season long. Juicy Week 4 matchup, Ravens, Chiefs. ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Of course, that's a game you'll see on 12 News. TJ's going to be down there reporting on that one live. We get injury reports this week. Boy, if Worthy doesn't play this week, I don't know what to tell you. He's out there dancing at practice. The coaches are talking about how much he means to them. So I think he's going to go. I am having a very hard time as we sit here about to pick this game in less than an hour with what to do on this. I really am. Like this game, boy, it could take two very different paths. Like, most of the time we have a feel on a game. Like, okay, here's how this could go. Had a feel on the game last week against the Giants. Here's how I don't know on this one. I really don't. I'm having a hard time with it because even stylistically, I don't know how I think this one will go.
I really want, and I know this is my heart talking and not my head, but I really want them to just come out and get Worthy back and just funnel footballs to him and exploit a bad Ravens defense and just have the offense do what we've been waiting to do. But my head's telling me that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen either. I think Worthy makes an impact. I think Worthy's presence is felt. I think all those things, but I don't think he's going to come out and catch 8 balls. I don't. The Chiefs are going to need to. It feels like they're going to need to win it ugly, and I know we've talked about it. Like, can they win it ugly? I absolutely don't think they can track meet with the Ravens right now. I don't think. I'm not going to say they can't. I don't think they can keep up in a track meet with the Ravens. I absolutely, though, think the defense has shown us enough through 3 weeks that they can for sure get the game slowed down and win it that way. For sure they can. So, like, both things are very possible. Like 50-50, it feels like to me, as far as like pace of this game. It feels kind of 50-50 right now. And that's what's making it hard for me to get a good feel for it.
Yeah, that's the thing that, the one thing that I kind of do feel confident about is that the defense can slow the Ravens down a little bit. Like we were talking, the total of this game is at like, 49.5 or something like that. Like
at a perfect number.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, it feels like, I don't think it's going to be that high at all. I think that, like, unless like what I said comes true, which I don't think is going to be true, but I think that I can't see a world where the Ravens score 25 points in this game. Do you?
Oh, yes, I can. For sure. I mean, look at their offense. Their offenses, I think they have the best offense in football.
I think they do too, but I think the Chiefs have one of the best defenses in football. I think that, like, this game is bound to go ugly, like we've been talking about.
It's bound to, but if 25 points, they're right now through 3 games, TJ, they've scored 40, 41, and 30.
I'll ask you, can they score? Is the Ravens offense good enough to come into Arrowhead and score 4 touchdowns?
Yeah, absolutely it is. Yes.
Do you think that
will? I think no. Well, that's where I'm having a hard time. That gets into the predictions, but can they? For sure they can. Whose defense is better right now? Kansas City's or Cleveland's, do you think?
Probably Kansas City's.
By much? Because I don't know that I agree with that, but they put up 41 on Cleveland. 41 points on Cleveland. That's a good defense. This offense is, again, I think the best offense in football. No offense to the Lions or the Bills, who are probably the other two teams they happen to have played, oddly enough. That's the challenge. Like, as good as Kansas City's defense has been, and I think it's been really good, can they keep them? Because the number's at 49, remember? Can they keep them to 25? Or what is the number that's realistic and a reasonable expectation for the Chiefs to hold them to that still gives the Chiefs a chance to win the game? I don't think the question is, can the Ravens score 28 points at Arrowhead? Because I think they can. I think you could probably bring that number down to, like, let's call it 24 if we're going by the Vegas number. So let's call it 24. If the Ravens score 24 points, can the Chiefs score 26 points? That, I think, is the question that we have to ask. If the Chiefs defense holds them to like 14 points, good for them. But I don't know. When we can't think that way when we're talking about trying to predict this game.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's kind of the question. That's what the Chiefs have been kind of handicapped by, is the fact that the offense just can't score more than 22 points, 24 points, something like, I don't know what the number is, but they can't score 30 points. So it's like, it kind of does turn into that. It's just like, you have to game plan, like, we're going to give up touchdowns, but how many are we allowed to give up to have a chance to win this game? And that's kind of how that's what you're gonna have to do against the Ravens, because you're not gonna stop them. Like, you're not gonna do what you did to the Giants against them. So
yeah, I think for me it keeps landing in the same place, and it's, can the Chiefs get to that point, right? Can they get to 3 touchdowns in this game, and then probably some field goals or whatever? Can they score 3 touchdowns? And I think the challenge there is they probably should have in at least 2 of the games they played, right? They should have scored at least 1 more against the Eagles. You had the Kelsey drop. They certainly should have against the Giants. And the Giants have a good defense. Giants may have a better defense than the Ravens at this point. So it's not so much that. It's like, when you play the Ravens, you're going to have to turn red zone opportunities into touchdowns, not just field goals. So can they do that? And how much closer to that do they get with the return of Xavier Worthy? I think Worthy helps them pick up first downs. I think Worthy helps them move the ball. I'm not sure Worthy moves the needle for me at all in the red zone.
I know. That's the thing, is that last year they had Xavier Worthy, who played awesome, and they still stunk in the red zone. Like, they weren't good in the red zone last year either. So
it directly correlates with the decline of Travis Kelce. I'm pretty convinced. And he has been such a big part of what they do in the red zone for so long. And it's not working right now. That doesn't mean it won't. I'm not convinced that it still won't. I think it can, but it hasn't been thus far. The Eagles game is the perfect example of that. That's it. That's a touchdown. So, I 2.5 points feels meaningful. It does. Like, in a close game, I just think this one is as hard a game to get a feel for as we'll have all year for Kansas City, because I don't know if they have the offense to keep up with the Ravens team that feels like they're going to fall into 25 points in every game that they play.
Yeah,
I don't know how you can expect them not to get there every week. Lamar Jackson is as good as anybody in the NFL right now, and Derrick Henry's a monster. Derrick Henry's got a little case of the fumbles. Maybe they can turn him over a couple of times to create easy points. Cool. I don't know.
Even Mark Andrews has 3 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. Like,
well, he didn't do anything until the end of last week. He was he was getting dropped from fantasy football teams.
Yeah. So
it's a hard one. It is difficult, and we'll do it in the next hour. I'm curious to see where everybody's brain's at. I know where Brandon's is because he sent me his picks, but other than that, I don't even know where mine is. I really don't. As we sit here now, 25 minutes before we make those picks, I don't know where I'm going to go with that game. And I'm going to just try to keep thinking about it during commercial breaks and figure it out. You asked me about the Cardinals uniforms last night.
Yeah.
When the first time I saw the close-up of them, I was like, these are terrible. I don't like the speckled part of it. Like that, I don't like NFL uniforms to feel like arena football uniforms. So, Seattle's aren't my favorite, and I think their old ones were some of the best. But whenever we get into that kind of thing, like when it's not just kind of colors to color, whenever it goes loud like that, and I get it, that was a specialty uniform, so it's not that big a deal. But as time went along in that game, they did grow on me, but it was from far away. I didn't like them close up. So it was the speckled thing that bugged me. But from far away, as far as like incorporating whatever that color of orange was or whatever in the all white, I did like that. I liked that. But every time it went up close and I saw the camo or whatever that was, I was like, nah, that's not in the NFL. No.
I thought they were awesome. I think that the speckles probably were a little loud. They were very large speckles. It wasn't a subtle speckle at all, but the desert theme and everything, the Arizona flag on the side of the
I
jerseys,
like that part. Yes.
The Arizona flag in the end zones is so good. Like the Cardinals, they used to have terrible jerseys. Then they rebranded and the
old red and white.
The weird thing on the shoulders was weird.
Oh yeah, that was bad. I thought you meant the Jake Plummer uniforms. I was like, no, those were fantastic.
Let me look up. What year are you talking about?
Late 90s, probably. Just look up Jake Plummer. Those were good. You're talking about a generation after those. The Larry Fitzgerald Cardinal.
Yeah, those were ugly.
Those were not good. I agree. The Super Bowl year Cardinal uniforms. Those were not good. I agree.
Yeah.
Their new ones are fine. I like the ones they wear now.
Yeah, they're better. But these are better than those even.
I will say this about you just have to, like the Rams, for instance, the how their numbers fade. You know what I'm talking about? That
Oh,
drives
yeah, the
me
little
absolutely
gradient.
insane.
I don't
No.
like the Rams jersey.
No, that can't happen in the NFL. If you want to modernize uniforms, I'm all for it. The Vikings have been probably as good as any team in football in modernizing a uniform, but keeping the theme. The Lions
Rams-
have done a really good job with that.
The Rams just had to make it look like Marshall Faulk's jerseys, and they messed it up.
No, they just had to. It was like they went and hired somebody out of Hollywood and said, make our uniforms cute. Like, no, we don't need fading numbers. Like, what are we doing here? This is not, no. It fits LA, I guess. It's got, I just keep it simple with my NFL uniforms. That's all I'm saying. We'll come back. We got picks in the next hour. Big college football weekend. It's going to be fun. Stick around.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems
Why are they hiding it?
and real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Open Streets ICT Douglas happening Sunday from 12 to 4. It's a free community event, 3 miles of Douglas Avenue from Grove to Glen. It's closed down motorized traffic, which means you can walk, bike, skate, just socialize. There are 5 activity hubs with live music, family activities, and more. Food trucks, street vendors, performers along the route. Visit openstreetsict.com for details. Welcome back in here to Sports Daily. We got another hour for you. We've got picks coming up. We'll make 3 college picks, including KU and K-State, 3 NFL picks, including the Chiefs. And we'll bring in Tommy and Paul. Brandon sent his in. He won't be here. And it'll be a lot of fun, as it always is. We're also going to preview high school football for you today. A couple other things to tidy up before we turn the page to all of those. What the hell are we doing here, America? I think we're in a little trouble. Here, TJ, early on against the Europeans. I don't know why we have such a hard time with this event. Doesn't make any sense to me. Why is Scotty Scheffler not single-handedly beating them, but 3 of our groups are losing right now, and a couple of them are losing pretty badly. So what is it here? Are we not being obnoxious enough as fans?
I think that we need. That's what the issue is that it's only 9 a.m. On the East Coast right now, so they need to get it fired up, get the birdie juice flow and everything like that. Yeah, I mean, I can't I honestly, when we talked about this, I couldn't believe that Team USA was favored against this Team Europe team. Like the golfers that Team Europe rolled out are freaking nuts. Like the USA's top heavy, they've got 5 good ones. Like Europe is pretty crazy, 1 through 10.
Yeah, I'm not scared of them. And we got Scheffler. What are we doing here? Although I just watched a shot, and I don't know which European it was. I just watched a shot. That dude hits the front of the green. It rolls one direction toward the middle of the green, takes a hook, and then starts coming back toward the hole. It seriously took a U-turn after the first bounce. I don't even know how that's possible, but it happened. And I'm already sick of the Europeans. I'm already sick of it. What is it about I don't understand.
Just wait. Just wait till the football Ryder Cup.
I know. Let's put on some shoulder pads and let's go. Let's get after.
Could we find a starting 22 from a world team? They've got a lot of offensive linemen and everything, and we've had a few wide receivers like Yoshivas.
Where's Yoshivas from?
I thought he was from. I mean, let me quote something here. Let me look this up.
I thought he was American. He is from. He's from Tokyo, Japan.
There you go.
But he played at Princeton. I don't know when he came to America, but Yeah, I don't think that would go well for the rest of the world. Let's stick to the World Baseball Classic. How about that?
Yeah.
Or the World Cup, the Olympics. I don't think we want to go down football. Maybe flag football. Flag football will get really interesting. Flag football will be fun because that's going to be an Olympic sport, right?
2028.
That will be I
fun. Wonder. I always think about that. Like, who in the NFL would be like Patrick Mahomes would not be good at flag football.
Are we going to let the NFL guys play? We are, aren't we?
Yeah. Like, you think about like who in the NFL, like
Lamar.
Kyler Murray probably.
Kyler Murray would be good at flag football. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want quarterbacks that can run like crazy, I think, and you'd want all speed on defense. I would probably still try to talk Tyreek Hill into doing it. I think.
Old man, 2028.
I know. He may be too old, but like his skill type would be the skill type I would like to have.
Xavier Worthy going to lead Team USA.
Could be. Maybe a guy. Maybe if we're thinking about the young guys right now, like Ted McMillan, those receivers that can win the ball every time, because I'm sure that's a lot of it, like one-on-one contested catch. I don't watch a lot of flag football. I love playing flag football. I watch my 6-year-old son play flag football. He's drawing pictures of his 40-yard run the other day. He's pretty pumped up, pretty fired up about that.
I watched some like 12U flag football this past week when I was back home, and I mean there was diving bodies pulling flags. Like, it's pretty cool.
It's great. It's good stuff. Did you see Army lose pretty big last night to East Carolina, 28-6?
That quality of loss gets better and better.
Boy, can you even fathom how bad it's been for K-State? Like, in all the possible outcomes you could have imagined for this team, none of them included not being 2-1. None of them. Or what is it? 3-1 now. I mean, they all. Yeah, no, I'm saying, like, when you were thinking before this season.
Oh, yeah. They should have only had one loss on their record so far. And they really were favored in that game, too.
Well, I know, but they've played poorly enough to have the record that they have. I just mean, like, as we were predicting out this season, even in your worst possible predictions, would you have had them 1-3?
I think on Sports Sunday before the season,
0-4.
I need to go do that. Go back, because we did the whole prediction thing and we picked the schedules out and everything like that. I think that I said K-State was going to go like 11-1.
Well, look, that's what I mean. Like, it just, like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But even like pessimistic fans, even people that you'd even classify as a hater, would have had them no worse than 2-2, but 3-1 probably. Like the Iowa State game, okay, and then North Dakota, Army. What are we doing here? We're
going to lose our breath complaining about this team so much.
It's not complaining. It's trying to understand.
I mean, it's the truth.
It is the truth. How do you get to this point? How did we get here? It does not seem possible that it has been as bad as it has been. It just doesn't. Arizona on the road, maybe 2-2. Maybe even the most pessimistic people on the planet would have put them 2-2. They should be 0-4. It's wild. And it makes me really discouraged when I start to think about, well, they could turn it around still. Because the reality is, like, on paper, yes, they can turn this season around and do everything that they originally wanted to do. Right? They can. They can still win the Big 12. They can still do all of these things. But, man, it feels literally impossible to even imagine them winning, like, 8 games. So I don't know. You want to talk about a pivotal week for a team and a program and like all these key components to it. It is this week against UCF. It is. If they can come out and look impressive and cover the number and do all those things, it'll go a long way, right? I think we'll all sit there and be like, okay, there it is. There it is. If they don't, when's it going to happen? If it doesn't happen after a bye week, I don't know that I think it's going to happen.
Yeah,
Like it's now or never for them.
This is the spot. You know, you think about like maybe Oklahoma State down the road could be another spot as well. But I just like this is the bye week. Like something's got to give a little bit. So yeah, if it
This
I
is
think
the
that
spot to turn their season around.
Yeah, like I think that the sky is falling right now. Like I think it's better to look at it from the other side of like if they lost this game too, like the sky will actually be on the ground. Like
I think honestly, like the best possible scenario is that the sky has fallen and now they can start to pick it up. Right?
True.
The sky is falling means there's still worse to go. I'm not sure that I think there is still worse to go unless you get to a point where you're looking at the entire body of work and it is absolute nuclear disaster. Because it's as low as it's going to be right now.
This far, like you can just call Army a slip-up game, and maybe Arizona's good. Like, they
no.
beat North Dakota.
Neither of those things are true. The truth is K-State has played terrible football the last 3 weeks. Terrible. They had a good quarter against Iowa State, and that's like all they can hang their hat on all year. Otherwise, they have played terrible. And a good final drive against North Dakota, right? That's it. That's all they have. They have a quarter and a drive. And otherwise, it's just been really bad. So if the sky hasn't fallen completely yet, that is hard to imagine. I hope that it has and that they can get us back on at least the track of some optimism. We're not even to October yet. Can you get us to November? Like, can we just, like, what are we doing here? Good news is KU is not all the way on the other side of that, but KU is certainly better, I think, than most put them in. This is a pretty pivotal game for them, too, because Cincinnati's not bad. You know, Cincinnati's a pretty good team. And so now you have a chance. You beat up on the team you were supposed to beat up on. You crushed West Virginia. Okay, great. Now let's see what you can go do against Cincinnati. We'll watch that. We'll pick both of those games in about a minute from now. I'm ready for it. Let's go. I've made up my mind on the Chiefs. We're going to make those picks. We're going to preview high school football. It's all What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, featuring Oztoberfest, the deeply copper-colored German-style lager that will make you click your heels, grab your stein, follow the copper brick road to the land of Oztoberfest. Wichita Brewing Company pizza and beer made here. Let's pick these games. We'll put our money where our mouth is next on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
8310 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems
Why are they hiding it?
and real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Do this thing. Go! Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Paul, are you in studio right now, big guy? There he is. There he is. We got him. We don't have his audio yet, Max. We'll work on getting Paul's audio, but we can see Paul as we'll go just like that. There's Paul.
Can you hear me now? Are we good to go?
We got you now. Here we go. We were hoping. It was a big mystery.
I don't know where I am, but I look familiar.
Guys. The boss is here. Just be careful what you say.
Hi, everybody.
He said,
what?
Hey.
Hey. Who is this?
How are you?
How we doing, guys?
What's going on? Nothing. Nothing. Hope you're having a great day. Hope everything's going really well. Can't wait for you to enlighten us with your brilliant picks and all the smart things that you always do and say.
Man, you are really sucking up here this morning.
Jiminy Christmas! I don't know what's going on. Is this
it's budget time, isn't it? It's budget time.
It is budget time.
I'm softening the edges to get us all a raise, fellas.
I'm thinking I'm on the wrong show right now.
That's the goal here. We got to butter him up. It's budget time. If we're going to get a raise, now is the time. All right, we've got 6 picks to make. Just kidding. We will make fun of Tommy the appropriate amount as we always do. Make fun of all of each other in our picks and everything.
Ready for some picks destined to fail? Time to hear what the Sports Daily staff thinks of the weekend games.
Okay, so I have Brandon's picks in hand. So, Paul, I will send those to you to add to your sheet.
Gotcha.
As
All
we
right.
currently stand. I'm going to do my best to decipher where things are. It looks like I am in the lead overall, Paul. Is that correct? 17 and 12. It would be Tommy, the only other picker above 500 at 15 and 14. Paul, you're a game under 500. Brandon and TJ are pulling up the rear with TJ in dead ass last at 10 and 19. Am I reading this correctly?
That would be correct.
Am I also reading correctly that I went 4-0 last week with 2 pushes?
That is correct as well. 4-0. That's nothing to sneeze at. Of course, the 2 pushes kind of help. But, boy, both those games, I think everybody in this group was counting on a win for at least one of those 2 games. But anyway, that's pushes is what, maybe we ought to make a rule halfway through this season and we just say, whenever we have a push, what do you say we just add a half? There was a day.
Well, so Bruce Hurdle, way back in the day, never let us pick games at the line. He would add or subtract a half a point.
And it was an add. He always added a half.
So we haven't done that. It hasn't come into play very often. And for instance, this week, the 6 games all have hooks. So it won't be an issue this week. We can consider it, but I like to use the real lines because those hooks matter. But we'll take it up for a vote. We'll take it up for a vote. All right, let's start in college football. We'll start with the early games. KU and K-State both kicking off at 11 o'clock. I'll go first here as I'm in the lead. Cincinnati at KU. The Jayhawks have looked very good. The Jayhawks have done everything they needed to do this year so far and more. So I'm going to keep this as simple as I can. If KU is as good as we think that they might be, they can cover 4.5 points. They can win by a touchdown at home against Cincinnati. Give me the Jayhawks. I'll lay the 4.5. I do think it'll be a competitive game, but I think this is a good spot for KU to just kind of hammer that nail in on being a good team. Tommy?
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, I feel like from what we saw last week against West Virginia, the Jayhawks dismantled the Mountaineers, and I know West Virginia is rebuilding and all of that, but they looked pretty dominant. And Cincinnati has had a good start to the season, but they're not a great football team. I mean, let's be real about this. I think the line, I'm a little bit surprised that it is where it is. I thought it actually might have favored KU even more than 4.5, closer to a touchdown. But at 4.5, to me, it's a relatively easy pick. I feel like at home, especially, the Jayhawks should cover that 4.5.
Paul, what do you think?
Well, I think a lot about what the same things you guys are thinking. However, this is a point where we all know, or at least we all feel, that KU could be that special football team, could be one of those teams that really competes and competes hard for a Big 12 championship. And it's a good football team. And we're a third of the way through the season. There's going to come a time where KU is going to roar back and they're going to say, man, we're better than we've been playing. Let's go. And I think this might be the week. I think KU romps on this one to a certain extent. I'm taking KU.
A flex spot for KU. TJ, I can tell you have no opportunity at an island. Brandon is taking the points. He's taking Cincinnati. It is your pick, though. What do you think?
Well, I was going to aim for that island there, but I think I might go Cincinnati anyways. I really want KU to kind of flex in this game, but I feel like, they're due to, getting a grinded out kind of game. And I think if this is a game that they could win by 3, I think they could have a, last minute field goal, something like that, and be a really great game. I'm going to take the points, but I think KU does win.
All right. So the points for Brandon and TJ, the rest of us are laying the number. Then K-State against UCF. -5.5. We will go to Tommy first on this one. Tommy?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I want to, keep going back to K-State as a bounce back, I feel like I've said that every single week as a broken record. Like, this will be the week that the Wildcats bounce back, and then they just don't. I know they're coming off a bye week. It does sound like Dylan Edwards will be healthier at least. But I don't have a whole lot of faith that they're going to figure out a way to turn it around and be able to win by that kind of margin against UCF. Fellas, UCF received votes in the top 25 poll this last week. They're a good football team. So I'm going to take the points. I wouldn't be shocked if K-State bounces back and wins the game, but that's just too big of a number for me. Give me UCF and I'll take the points.
All right. UCF is Tommy's pick. Paul, that brings us to you.
Man, how many times can I be bitten by K-State? I'm asking myself. How many times? And I think it's been once too many. Tommy was right. I was going to bring this up. UFC, I watched them the other day. I can't even remember who I watched them. It was a week or two ago. That's a darn good football team, fellas. They're physical. They're fast. I mean, that is a really good football team. And I'm going to go ahead and take Central Florida as well. I think this could be a sweep. I'm just predicting this will be a sweep.
So who did you take, Paul?
Florida, Central Florida.
Okay. That takes us to Brandon, and Brandon is taking K-State. Brandon's laying the points there.
Wow,
So Brandon's on the Cats.
All right.
TJ, you're up next.
I don't think you could pay me enough money in the world to take K-State right now. I don't know how UCF is not favored in this game. It doesn't make any sense. K-State might win, but it's not going to help me if they do. So I'm taking the points from UCF.
Here's what I'm going to do for K-State fans. I'm going to lay the jinx down. I'm going to take UCF and hope that it's a jinx, and this is the spot. I've taken K-State every week this year that we've been doing picks. I'm going to take UCF and see if it can help turn the fortunes around. That's the only logic I have for you. This is a game, like every game K-State's played, except for Iowa State, maybe is a game they should win and they should cover the number, and they haven't done it. So what do? I'll take the points. I'll take UCF until they prove otherwise. Here's the big one of the week. There are several big ones, but we'll go with the highest ranked one. Oregon at Penn State. Penn State is laying 3.5 at home. Paul, you start us off here.
Well, this is going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a fun game, and it's going to be a game played in a place called Happy Valley. And I'll tell you, that's a tough place to play. And a lot of times when I get down to who am I going to pick, I look at the things going on around it, the home venue, whose home team, what's going on with these teams. I like Penn State. They're both going to be good football teams, but I'm going to go ahead. The points kind of bother me a little, but I'm going to go ahead and take Penn State.
Penn State for Paul, the home team, the points. TJ, what do you got here?
I think that, it goes back to what we talked about with PJ Glasser yesterday. I think that the price, that hook just is scary. Like, I think that I'm just going to take Oregon, and I think that it's going to be within a couple of points. Oregon could win this game, but I think that it's going to be, a 1 or 2 point game. So I will take the points from Oregon.
All right. That puts me next. I'm going to take Penn State. I think Penn State's pretty good. I think that environment is electric. I think it's a long trip. It's prime time. It's hard because I think generally speaking, I trust Oregon more than Penn State and, as a rule lately with Dan Lanning. But Penn State's got to get over the hump at some point. This is a big opportunity for them. I'll take Penn State. I'll lay the 3.5. Tommy?
I go back to what TJ said. I feel like where that hook is makes me a little bit nervous. I agree with you too, Jacob. I trust Oregon more. I trust Dan Lanning more than I trust James Franklin. Obviously the spread is at a point to where it could, it's not unreasonable that it can go either way. But just where the hook is right now, I'm gonna join TJ and I'll take Oregon.
All right, Brandon also takes Oregon. That is 3-2 there. All right, that gets everybody in there. All right, let's switch to the NFL. Eagles and Bucks. The Bucks are 3.5-point home dogs. I believe this puts TJ up first on this game. So TJ, you've got the opportunity for a home dog here. Bucks 3.5.
Oh man, I'll take it. I'll take the Bucks plus 3.5. I think I'm rolling all underdogs thus far. So give me the Bucks at home. I think that the Eagles are due for a letdown one of these weeks. It should have been last week, but I'll take it this week and try again.
Brandon is taking the Eagles minus 3.5. That brings it to me. Boy, I would love to take Tampa here. This in normal circumstances would be the perfect spot to stick it to the Eagles. Would love to do it. The problem is Tampa is all kinds of banged up. Chris Godwin is coming back from injury, but he's been hurt. Mike Evans is out. I think I'm going to have to take the Eagles here. Boy, I hope I'm wrong about this one. This is a great spot for the Bucs, and the Bucs have given the Eagles fits, I believe, historically. But because of the injuries, I'm going to take Philadelphia. I still don't think we've seen the best out of their offense either. I'll lay the points. Hey, I hate it. But I'll lay the points, and I'll take the Eagles. Tommy?
Yeah, I just can't in good faith take the Eagles from what we've seen the last couple of weeks. They're winning games, yes, but they look like a letdown team. They look like a team that is primed to drop one here at any moment. And I know, yes, Tampa Bay is banged up, but man, I believe in Bake. I'm a Bake believer, and especially getting points at home. Give me Tampa Bay. I'm going to take those points.
I'm a big believer too. And Paul, I saw there was a lot being made. He's kind of saying they're not going to be able to adjust to the heat, the humidity right now in Tampa coming down from Philly. Where are you at with this one, Paul?
Well, I'm going to say, listen, several of us did really well with the Eagles last week, Tommy. So don't be throwing aspersions on these guys. I think that's the Eagles are a good football team. I'm taking the Eagles. They did well by me last week. I'm sticking with them.
All right, that takes us to Rams Colts. Brandon is taking the Rams -3.5 in this one, and that takes us to me. Rams Colts -3.5. Big believer in the Rams. I think the Colts have staying power, but the Rams at home, I like the Rams. I think they're a legit Super Bowl contender. I do not think the Colts are a legit Super Bowl contender, as good a story as they've been. I think they'll get a rude awakening this week. I'm betting on the Rams. I'll lay the 3.5 and take it. Tommy?
I mean, there is nothing better in the NFL right now than Daniel Jones and that story in Indianapolis. There's something about the combination of Shane Steichen and Daniel Jones together that has just worked. I'm not a huge Rams believer like you are, Jacob. So knowing that and knowing I'm going to get some points here on the Colts, I'll take Indy.
Paul?
This is one I could take. I could take either one of them. I really could. This is an NFL game that you could just pick them. But because the Rams are at home, I'm going to use the home field advantage as my tiebreaker, and I'm taking the Rams.
All right, Paul's laying the points. TJ?
I just like the nickname Indiana Jones too much to pick against it right now, so give me the Colts.
Colts, they can run the ball. If they can run the ball in this one, that'll be the challenge for the Rams. Last one, a good one, Ravens at Chiefs. Chiefs, 2.5-point home dogs. God, I've struggled with this game. I'm going to go back to where my gut takes me, and my gut takes me to Kansas City score 24, 26 points in this game, which is what it will take. And I just don't know that I'm there yet with the offense. We'll see Worthy. So until we can see it operate at that level, as good as their defense is, I don't think they're going to hold the Ravens down to below 20 or anything crazy. I'm going to take the Ravens, and I'm going to lay the points. I've struggled with this game as much as any game we've picked all year long. Tommy?
Shockingly, the Ravens have one of the worst defenses in the NFL through the first couple games of the season. It's a great opportunity for Kansas City to try to finally figure out what's going on offensively, especially if Xavier Worthy can come back and be at least minimally effective. That's going to be huge. So I know that obviously they haven't been able to show it thus far. This may be the opportunity for them. I don't have a whole lot of justification other than I desperately want it to happen. I'm going to take Kansas City, and I'll take the home points.
Yeah, it's tough, Paul. The Ravens defense has been a disappointment. Maybe that's what the Chiefs need. Where are you at with this one?
Well, the Chiefs have been a certain amount of a disappointment just as well. And I keep thinking to myself, when do the Chiefs get out of this funk and become the Chiefs that can compete for a Super Bowl championship again? And I think this is the week. I'll put it this way. This may be the last week that I give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm taking the Chiefs, and they're on probation with me.
I mean, they're home dogs, TJ. You're getting points at Arrowhead.
I just hope that Andy Reid's not listening to Sports Daily this morning and listening to Paul putting him on probation. He's shaking in his boots after that. I'm going to take the home dog. It's just a rule of thumb. If Patrick Mahomes is a home dog, you take it. I think that, they probably should have covered that number last time if Travis Kelce didn't drop a touchdown pass. So I'm going to take him again. I think that Xavier Worthy will make that much of a difference. So give me the Chiefs plus 2.5.
I will not get an island. Brandon is also taking the Ravens. This one is, man, it's fascinating. It's going to be such a fun game to watch. A reminder, TJ will be there. You can hear the game in the pre and post game coverage right here on the Chiefs radio network over on KNSS. It will be a blast on Sunday. Tommy, before we end this, what the hell is going on at Bethpage Black with the Americans in the Ryder Cup? I think we're down now in all four pairings.
Hey, it's early, right? It's extremely early. Day one.
Is it? We don't even know what that means. We're missing you today. TJ and I are looking at it. We're like, I don't know what any of this means, but we're down in every matchup. Like what?
Yeah, we're down in every matchup, but it is the very first pairing. Like, yeah, the U.S. doesn't want to get down early in a deep hole that they have to crawl themselves out of. But I mean, there's still a ways to go, and there's so much golf left. So I'm not ready yet to panic.
Do the fans probably need to try to be more obnoxious? Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's possible. But if it is, then absolutely. I mean, this is the tournament where you go peak obnoxiousness. So do everything that you can to make that happen.
Coming off, chests painted, beer. Do we need to go Happy Gilmore on it? Get out the beer bongs. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you need to do to cheer on the Americans for that patriotic pride, you got to make it happen.
All right. Well. Man, what a bummer. What a bummer so far. We'll take your word for it that it's not panic time yet, because I'm panicking. I want USA to win this. When was the last time? Did the USA win this in the last decade?
Yeah, they won it a few years ago. The last time it was in the U.S. They haven't won overseas in a long time, so they've got a history of winning when the tournament is here in the U.S.
All right, Tommy. Good to hear from you. Go, crunch some numbers.
Hope the triple bottom line is doing well.
Yeah, go, plug in some spreadsheets or whatever it is now that you have to do.
Thanks, guys.
There goes Tommy. Paul, stick around. We're going to talk some high school football when we return on Sports Daily. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
This Ryder Cup business early on here. Keep looking up. A little disappointed. Welcome back into Sports Daily, everybody. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland, Paul Savage with you here for the last full segment as we get you ready for high school football. It is another week on the high school football schedule, and Catch Kansas has you covered. Odyssey has you covered as well. You will have a high school scoreboard show tonight, so make sure you're tuned in for that a little later. But kind of driving to and from the game, we got you covered. Catch Kansas has you covered all week long. TJ, what's week 4 looking like for you?
Yeah, it's pretty loaded, honestly. Very top-heavy. A lot of awesome games in the metro around here. There's a good one out in western Kansas as well. But the game of the week, we might have the City League Championship in our hands in week 4, as Paul will probably tell us. Northwest and Capon, 2 undefeated teams going down. 3-0, 3-0, and looking like they might be 2 of the best in the City League.
There's no question about that, Jacob, that this is the City League Championship. You're right, TJ. This is all the marbles for a City League Championship, because at this point, I don't think there's anybody else that's going to really compete with these 2 football teams. Weston Schartz, we know what he does. Everybody knows what he does. And Weston Schartz is a good enough coach to say, guys, you all know what I do now. All you got to do is just stop us. You got to stop the trap, stop the power off tackles, stop the ISO, stop toss sweep. Just all basic football, and that's how he wins. And he just dares everybody to stop him. And so far in the last few years, very few people have had any success at that. You got to admire that to a certain extent. And Northwest High School, I mean, that team has as much talent on the field as you might see anywhere, at least in from Topeka over. I don't know what Kansas City has. They always seem to have a few teams that are similar with a lot of great, really good athletes. But I can tell you right now, I don't know if there's a team in at least the western side of this state that has any more talent than they do. Although Hayes may have something to say about that. some of the other teams that are traditionally pretty good, they might say, wait a second, Savage, you could be wrong on that. And I might be wrong. But the point I'm trying to make is that Northwestern is really, really talented.
Tell me about Southeast. I'm seeing Southeast is off to a better start than they've been off to probably in the decade plus that I have been here.
Right.
Is this for real for the Buffaloes, TJ?
Paul can answer that better than I. Paul, tell me about the Buffs.
Well, they're off to a better start. Of course, that's relative speaking from where they're starting. I mean, they've had some rough seasons. I mean, for the last decade. It's got a new head football coach. He's brought a new sense of responsibility. Kids seem to be buying in. There seems to be some really good coaching going on over there. Now, are they there where they need to be? Of course, they're not where they need to be, but they're on the way. But you know what, TJ, you know what the number one thing is from what I hear about what's going on in Southeast is that the kids are buying in. Now, once you get the kids to buy in on a program that's been down for a while, you can start to make headway about becoming a really good football team. But I think this all goes back to the new head coach, the new way of doing things, and the kids like it. And I think that's where you're at. You can certainly add what your perspective is as well, TJ, but I think that's probably overall what's going on there.
Yeah, it's always tough whenever you have a program that's, struggled for years. The kids, they watch the teams lose. It's hard to get them to come out and play football. Whenever they do come out and play football, it's hard to get them to go in 100% because what's the point? We're just going to go lose. So, whenever you get the wins piling up like they're going to get, that spark plugs a program. Like, look at, East never had the struggles of that nature, but just look like East beat Northwest and then boom, East is a firecracker in Class 6A and everything like that. So it's huge what they've done so far.
My first inkling where I thought Southeast is going to be better. I minded my own business in the summertime. I'm sitting at the house just enjoying the day. I get two kids walk up in Southeast football jerseys, knock on my door and say, we're going door to door and we're trying to raise funds so we can go to a Jubilee football camp. And I said, oh, that's pretty cool. And these two young men says, would you care to make a donation? Good Lord. This is Southeast actively out trying to raise money so they can go to a Jubilee and get better. And I thought to myself, heck yes, and I donated $100. How about that? I donated money.
It takes program building. I loved seeing that. TJ, if we go outside the metro, what do we have tonight?
Yeah, so as we get kind of farther out of, the city league, it gets a bit more expanded. Some really good ones that we haven't even mentioned yet. You could make a case for, game of the week B, Andale Collegiate, the 3As. 3A's going down that we always see later in the playoffs. This is probably a matchup that we're going to see again later. These are two of the best in Class 3A. Andale on the road going up against Collegiate. Collegiate's only loss is Wellington there in week 1. Mays Derby, the Avery Dillon battles going down again tonight. We've seen what that rivalry's done. Derby's gotten 2 in a row, but Mays kind of beat the brakes off of Hutch. So apparently they're really good as well. Derby lost to Hayes, so going to be a really good litmus test for both of those teams down there. That one's in Mays, excuse me. And then another one that I really love tonight, Valley Center, Andover Central. Valley Center is 2-1, beat some really good football teams so far. Beat Eisenhower and Andover Center, Eisenhower. I remember. I can't remember the other one off the top of my head. But Andover Central team that won a state championship last year. Valley Center looks like this could be one of their best seasons that they've had in a couple of years. So that's what I've got my eyes on for sure.
All right, and it's all a part of our Catch It Kansas coverage, TJ, that begins this afternoon. It takes everybody all through the weekend. What's in store on 12 News?
Yeah, so I'm going to be out at that game of the week, that City League Championship game, likely Northwest versus Capon. We'll preview that. Well, we'll have people out previewing that Valley Center Andover Central game. And then tonight we've got the Catch It Kansas show, 10:35 on the KSCW, Channel 33, 30-minute high school sports show as we're going to go over all of our top games. We've even got our guy Mike Corson's out at Sterling versus Ellenwood tonight. So we're getting wide of the state. We're going to have some help from Topeka tonight. Get some Emporia coverage in there as well. So should be a ton of fun. The first Zinnerless Catch It Kansas show. So we'll see how the ship sails.
First one in a while. Check it all out at catchitkansas.com. Check out the scoreboard show here on KFH as you're driving to and from. Should be a lot of fun in the high school world. All right, fellas, let's go back. Let's get some final thoughts on Chiefs Ravens. Again, Paul, we talked about this earlier. This is as interesting a matchup for about 1,000 different reasons as you could come up with in week 4 of the NFL season. One of these teams will be 1-4 1-3 when all is said and done with this game, which is a deep hole to climb out of. They're two still of the top, 5 or 6 odds on favorites to win the Super Bowl, but something's got to give here. I think, for the two fan bases, you probably have to be more disappointed in the start if you're a Ravens fan. The Chiefs are still trying to just get to the point where they're healthy and maybe to a little softer part of the schedule. But what are they going to have to do? What do the Chiefs need to do to win the game on Sunday?
Well, what you're saying is that there seems to be more upside for the Chiefs than the Ravens. Is that? I think that's what you're saying. And if you're saying that, I think you're probably right. And the one thing that you always have is what? Patrick Mahomes. And we're all sitting there going, well, Patrick Mahomes is one of these days he's going to go off and he's going to do things that he hadn't been doing, or receivers that haven't been doing, or an offensive line that hasn't been doing, and all these things are going to start to click together. And then you'll see the old Chiefs. You'll see the Chiefs that you can believe in, that you can give hope to. And that's where they are this week, because you're right. The team that loses this particular game, odds are against them from competing for a Super Bowl. Those odds go down significantly. All of a sudden, those odds of even getting into the playoffs start looking a little dimmer, don't they? And I like the way
they do if you're the Chiefs, for sure, TJ. I don't know if they truly do if you're the Ravens, because Joe Burrow's out. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, the Ravens are worlds better right now than the Steelers and the Browns and the Burrow-less Bengals. So the Ravens would honestly, in reality, they would be fine. The Chiefs, probably not. The Chargers and the Broncos are both good. The Chargers look like they're really good, and the Raiders aren't bad. So, and we knew this was always a possibility, right? That's when you look back at some of the games the Chiefs lost, especially the Eagles, and you're like, man, they maybe should have won that game. And they didn't. And they're going to need to play significantly better offensively, I think, to win this game. And it's a question of, if can they do that?
This feels like it's the thing that we got proved wrong in the past, but it feels like it's the argument of like, hey, if it flies like a duck and it swims like a duck, then it's probably a duck. If the Chiefs' offense stinks and it doesn't get better, then it may just have to be that maybe the offense just isn't going to be that good. So I hope that that's not the case. I hope that this is the prove it wrong game, and Xavier Worthy does help that. But it feels like you kind of need to do something. I'd like to see something from this offense, or else it's going to turn into, man, how far can the defense carry this team?
Well, look, the offense is going to be better before the end of the year. I mean, I feel that way anyway. I do believe that. I think by the end of this year, this offense will be much better than the offense we saw through the first 3 weeks.
I'll be surprised if it's not. I don't know that
right,
it
that's
will
what I'm
be,
saying.
but I'm
Yeah,
going
it will be better.
Yeah.
Can it overcome what it faces in the moment? And really, like, I don't know about how you two feel. Like, for me, with the Chiefs right now, the goal it's 2 parts. It's that you're playing better, but that you just have a wild card spot. Like, I don't even care at this point. The division, home field, like, that all means absolutely nothing to me.
I don't think they can.
Well, I mean, it's just make sure they can still win the division. Like, they still play the Chargers again. They're 2.5 games back of them or whatever. Like, they can overcome that. Their schedule is just so daunting. It's going to be difficult. So I don't even care. Can they get to the playoffs? Which that seems crazy to even consider, but it's a conversation we probably need to have. And can they just be playing better, right? Can they reach their peak? How much does a Rice-worthy combination add to the offense? I think quite a bit. The mistakes and stuff that's the hard part to swallow. Like, that shouldn't be happening. That has nothing to do with Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy being missing. All the penalties and the drop passes and all these things, like, that doesn't have anything to do with those guys. So they've got to clean that up first and foremost. But if they can get there, can they win a Super Bowl? That's where it's like, well, sure they can. They're the Chiefs. They're Patrick Mahomes. They're Andy Reid. They're all these things. You just got to make sure they can get there. And you're a home dog here for a reason. I think this is going to be such a fun game. I don't think the Ravens are going to come in and dominate or anything like that. I think it's going to be a fun game, and I think it's going to feel like a playoff game because it kind of is for both of these teams at 1-2 right now. It kind of has that feel of desperation a little bit, and I think we're in for a treat with that game. We made our picks. We'll see if it's going to take a little Mahomes magic probably in this one. I'll tell you, boys, like for me, the key is Travis Kelce. It's not Worthy. It's Kelce. Can Kelce be Kelce? If Kelce can be Kelce, I like the Chiefs' chances. But I don't think he's been Kelce through the first few weeks. You'll hear it again here on the Chiefs Radio Network. Don't go away. We got a little more Sports Daily for you here on this Friday. We'll be right back.